Hello and welcome back to Mac at the Movies. This week I will be reviewing for you the 2020 film horror comedy, The Wolf of Snow Hollow. This was directed by Jim Cummings on Orion Classics. This film stars Jim Cummings as Officer John Marshall, Riki Lindhome as Officer Julia Robson, Robert Foster as Sheriff Hadley, and Jimmy Tatro as P.J. Palfrey. This film opens up a beautiful landscape, just a snowy landscape, like out of a Bob Ross painting almost. You know, we're introduced to a couple just trying to have a good time until death befalls one of them. It's a werewolf picture, so somebody was attacked, the police get involved, and, you know, things start coming to mind of what or who this could be. We follow this, you know, down-on-their-luck cop who is an alcoholic, you know, losing grips of his family, the daughters with the mother who, you know, the daughter comes to visit him from time to time, but it doesn't, you know, always work out, and the daughter is not a big fan of the father, and, well, you know how these things typically play out. This film focuses around murder investigations for a couple women who were found slain and, you know, parts removed, select parts removed, whether it be a head or other things we'll not mention right here. So they're trying to investigate, see what all they can find. They notice that the murders seem very much like what you would see from a serial killer, but a lot of what is found is you have wolf hair found, like clumps of wolf hair found in someone's hand. It looks like a wolf attack, so people start to kind of think maybe this is a werewolf, and Officer Marshall's like, that's ridiculous, werewolves aren't real, this has to be a serial killer. That's the only thing that can lead me to believe what this is. You start to kind of see after the second murder of the film, there's a dead deer carcass that was found. In the film, you see at one point in time a bloody handprint on the rear of the carcass, which leads you to believe, you know, a werewolf attack, there was a transformation that had occurred, and you go from there. When you see it later, that handprint is carved out, like they removed a square chunk from the carcass and got rid of it. When the cops were looking and investigating, they started to, you know, try to put things together, and one of the officers suggested that it was a hunter who didn't have a license. And in that case, I mean, there's not much you could have done. If it was a bloody handprint, I guess the hunter could have scrubbed it away and it just looked like a blood smudge. But the Officer Marshall was just like, when the other officer had suggested that, he was like, you're a bad officer. You should have pursued computer science because you're bad at your job. And, you know, it just, you get this humorous banter back and forth, constant arguments, things of that nature. What I do like is that Officer Marshall in the film, he goes to a library to do research on all werewolf mythos and, you know, what this could be. And you start to pick up little stories like from different mythologies. And the one I thought was quite interesting is that people had thought that, and this could very well be in the movie, just some concept thought up for the film. I don't know that much about werewolves or the history or mythos of, but it's as though werewolves were created as just a way for, you know, men to kill women, and they would do it on a full moon night so they could see what they were doing with the full moon, and that, you know, they would suggest that it was a wolf that had killed them or some other beast. And so that's where the idea of the werewolf came in this. And there's a moment in the film after he falls asleep while researching about werewolves, and while he's asleep, his radio is going off, but he doesn't hear it. The librarian goes to, you know, tap him to wake him up, and he wakes up alert, and he's just like, well, what are you doing? And he's like, your radio was going off. The librarian tells him, and he says, the next time an officer comes in to request all your books on spooky things and then falls asleep while researching them, it's probably best not to sneak up on them. And it was a funny moment. But as I said earlier in the film, one thing I liked is Officer Marshall is an alcoholic in the film. He goes to AA meetings, different things like that. They start to like correlate the idea of alcoholics and werewolves, and how, you know, they may have lapses of time, or there might be, you know, a time of the month that's worse for an alcoholic, that, you know, a change may occur. And I like how they kind of, you know, blend the behaviors of like an alcoholic and a werewolf. And like you see where there's this like shame of, you know, what had happened, like there's a transformation, a momentary lapse of memory, and how they don't remember certain things, and when they come to, some sort of carnage has ensued, and, you know, now we're here and we don't remember what happened. So I like how they kind of like bring that together as, you know, just like an idea in the film. And it starts to make you think of, you know, who the werewolf is or what's going on. Without any spoilers, I'm not spoiling anything as far as I'm aware of. I tried to be as spoiler-free in this as I could because I want people to go out and see it. It's a great film. You know, they find the werewolf. Everything gets resolved. It's a wonderful film. All in all, like, I give this film like a good 4 stars. It's a great film. Go watch it. I know it's one that I'm going to check out every year around this time, especially with the snow and everything like that. Like, I wish it was more snowy here now, because there's something about watching a movie with snow while it is snowing that kind of, you know, you can watch a movie during the summer of, you know, so many movies about people being out in sunshine or doing something, but snow has that little piece that may or may not come. You can't be predicted necessarily, and I kind of like that. So any type of, you know, especially horror film dealing with snow, I enjoy. Like I said, this is a horror comedy. I think it's very similar to The Dead Don't Die. However, it's not as deadpan. It's a different type of humor. But if you like The Dead Don't Die, I think you would like this for sure. If you've not seen The Dead Don't Die, go check it out now, because it's amazing. It's a really good film. Stars Bill Murray and like Adam Driver. Iggy Pop has a role in it. So definitely check it out if you haven't. This film, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard about it, here is your chance to get a free digital download. So go to this website, follow these rules, enter this code, or I guess you can hold your phone up to this and that'll do something. But check out this free digital download. It's going to go out to one of these lucky viewers out there. So if you get this first, this movie is yours to watch. I will also put this in the description below. It'll tell you where to go and have the code. On that, I'll also throw my Facebook page, so go check that out. Mac of the Movies Facebook page. All that will be in the description below. Anywho, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. I will also pat that one on the back. It'll let me know what I'm doing so I can make better for your viewing pleasures. So anyway, do one of those. Jot down a little comment down below. Have you seen this movie? What'd you think about it? Did you get the free download? Let me know. I'll tell you that was an awesome thing that you did, and that you won't be disappointed in your hour and a half, however long the film was. Comment down below. What'd you think of this movie? Do you want to check it out? The director also directed a film called Thunder Road, which has a similar tie-in to alcoholism and iffy divorce or something to do with that. So it may be a tie-in to what this particular actor or director, maybe he's putting together an unofficial trilogy or something like that. But I digress. Subscribe to this channel if you liked it. Hit that notification bell. Let you know when I have new and important videos. So, until next time, thank you for stopping by, and have a great rest of your weekend.